Right. A few weeks ago, there were some agitations by some individual bondholders who had even threatened to picket at the Independence Square because bonds that had matured on the 6th of this month had not been paid by the finance ministry. Now, the finance minister took the opportunity to explain that this was because of the settlement period of the domestic debt exchange program, settlement of the new bonds. And he promised in a meeting with the Pensioner Bondholders Forum that the ministry was going to begin payments from the 21st of February after the settlement period. Now, 1 week after, the bondholders say that nothing has happened. The ministry has failed to honor its promise. And today, a coalition of all these bondholder forums, the Pensioner Bondholder Forum, the Individual Bondholders Association of Ghana, and the Individual Bondholders Forum have formed a coalition and today came to the Ministry of Finance to meet the finance minister to try to understand why this has happened, why the ministry has not been able to pay these coupon payments and principal payments that have matured. I caught up with the convener for the Individual Bondholders Forum, Dr. Edu Ananianchi, before they went into that meeting.
There have been some two bonds that have matured. The one maturing, or that matured on the 6th February, and another one maturing on the 20th February. These two bonds are due, and people who did not tender in those bonds are now entitled to their coupons and the principals. So we were not hearing anything from government as to what was going to happen when those coupons and the principals were going to be paid. And that is why we came as a group. The three individual bondholders groups have now come together as a coalition. We presented a letter to the minister this morning to find out when those outstanding bonds will be paid in terms of the coupon and the maturity value. So this is just to find out what government was doing to meet its own promise that is going to meet all the obligations of these bonds as and when they are due. So if one obligation is due on the 6th, another one due on the 20th, and we haven't seen government meeting it, then it calls for, there's a cause for us to come and find out what is happening.
The individual bondholders came to the minister to seek clarity on when payments on coupons and principals will be made. I asked Dr. Edua Nanienchi if the minister was clear enough.
Well, the minister recognizes that they have not been able to come out with any statement, and we said that is important. In this market, information flow is key. So if people are having their bonds and it's time for them to receive their payment, previously when you have these bonds, immediately on the day of payment, your account is credited. So that has been the norm. So if something was going to happen to change it, then at least people should be told. But we didn't have that information. But now the minister has explained that they are still going through some reconciliation issues, and that will take them some time. So hopefully by the 13th of this month, they will be ready to start the payment. And they are going to issue a press release this evening.
By the 13th of March?
March, yes, by 13th of March. Those will be sorted out. We don't know which ones, because by the 13th of March, I think some other bonds might also mature. So the statement will come and the statement will clarify which of the bonds are going to be refunded on this day or on that day. So we have to wait for the statement. But from the 13th of next month, maturity and coupons on on the bonds will be paid. But we don't know whether everything that has matured up to 13th will be paid, or the statement will say we will pay this on the 13th and then we pay the rest maybe after 13th. We will wait to see from the statement.
Subsequently, the finance minister has released that statement. It states that the ministry was taking administrative steps to ensure the payments of coupons and principals resume by March 13. However, it did not specify the exact days and which matured bonds will be paid. Today's meeting clearly is all about a lack of certain communication. The individual bondholders say that they need clarity on the timelines that the ministry is going to honor its coupon and principal payments when they are due, because they say they also have obligations towards other people, their members and their dependents, and they need to make some explanations to these people about when they are receiving their monies. My name is Charles Osukumi. I've been reporting from the Finance Ministry for Citi News.